guys don't know me, my name is Danny. This is my channel. I don't really have like a clear direction for this channel per se. Um, I just like to talk. Okay, so we're gonna say that this is like a little rant to introduce you to the channel about something that's been like itching in my brain for a little bit. Um, I have been noticing an alarming trend on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, everywhere. Every social media platform, basically. These family channels and these mommy channels are getting out of control. Okay? It's just child exploitation. That's all it is, plain and simple. And we've seen a lot of them in a lot of controversy. And I know that you guys are going to say, like, oh, they're not doing anything wrong. Blah, blah, blah. They are. They are. Plain and simple. Okay? As a parent, who has posted my kids on social media every now and then. I post my kids on my Instagram. My Instagram is not private, but my Instagram is just like basically a lot of my friends and mutuals that already know I have kids. They just kind of like the picture and move on. It's whatever. My Facebook account is private. I post my kids on there. If I post a video with my kids on TikTok, I think 9 times out of 10 it's on friends only. It's been very rare that I have them on a public TikTok, and I only put them on my TikToks when they ask, can I make this TikTok with you? Can we do this? Can I do this? Can I help you? And I say, you know what? Yeah, sure. I'm doing it. It's fun for us. You want to be included. You want to feel included. You want to help. Sure. But there is a difference between your kids saying, "Hey mommy, can I make a fun TikTok with you?" and you shoving a camera in your kid's faces 24/7 because you are exploiting them, because you know they are what brings your channel's views and likes and interaction, and you use them to get sponsorships and money, and you know that if you took them off of your channel and you tried to run that shit by yourself, it would go from here to here. Let's be honest. The only reason that these channels are taking off is because the parents are exploiting the children. That's it. That's all it is. Okay? And I have been watching a lot of YouTubers over the past like couple of weeks that have covered a lot of different family channels and a lot of controversy from different family channels. And I'm going to put them like somewhere besides me so you guys can see like the videos or the channels that I've been watching, cuz big shout outs to them. One especially I love her takes on it is the Nikki channel. She The way she illustrates these issues is just beautiful. Okay? She has my heart and soul. I watch her videos and my eyes open up to these things that I haven't seen because they haven't come across my For You page at all. And I'm like, holy shit, what's wrong with these people? Okay? That's pretty much what it is. I know that a lot of us are probably familiar with like these big family channels and these mommy run accounts and these like other things. And aside from the child exploitation aspect, I think that it's also like important to touch on the fact that I feel like this is why little kids are not being little kids anymore. And I really don't know how to say it besides that. Like when I was my daughter's age, I looked and acted so different. My 8-year-old is always at, can I get my eyelashes done? Can I go get my nails done? This and that and the third. Can I wear No! You're 8. You're not 16. You're 8 years old. And I'm all about like creative liberties when it comes to my kids. Like if you want to play with makeup when you're in the house, go for it. Play with it. Experiment. Do something crazy. Let me see it. I'm going to talk about how great you look, and then you're going to wash it off and you're going to go to bed. Okay? You want to get little kid being the key word here, children's press on nails. You want to wear those? Put them on while you're home. Take them off before you go to bed. Put them away so that you can use them again later. You're not getting acrylic nails. You're not wearing these fucking press-ons to school. You're not wearing makeup to school. You're not getting your eyelashes done. And like the problem is that they're stumbling across these kids that are on these mommy run and family channel accounts, and they're seeing how grown up they act. And I think we saw a lot of that with the controversy of the kids taking over Sephora, and like how adamantly like people were like defending that, and it's just like, no, kids should be in stores that are geared towards kids. Okay, if your kid wants to experiment with like jewelry and makeup and things like that, take your kid to Claire's. I take my kids to Claire's. They pick out the makeup there. They think it's funny when they see the makeup that like looks like a cereal box or something. It's cute. It's for kids. It's not bad for them. And I saw a lot of people saying like it's just kids wanting to be like their moms. At a certain extent, you have to explain to your kids like, I'm an adult. There are things that I can do because I am a grown up, and then you can't do them because you're 8. You're 10. You're a child. You still have to grow up. You have to learn to live. Like that stuff really blew my mind. And you see like these 10-year-olds and these 8 and 6-year-olds, and you can tell they're young because of the way their voice sounds. Like children have like a a tone to their voice. You can tell when they're young. And like when these kids were talking as I'm seeing these videos, like they sound younger than my children with the way that they talk. And they're talking about these skincare routines and these products that are like way overpriced and blah 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 blah. And then there was a video that I had seen talked about in one of Nikki's videos when she talked about the Sephora thing, where this girl was like saying basically people are jealous of 10-year-olds because 10-year-olds can afford it. That's not what's happening. It is their parents that are allowing them to run rampant, and they have never heard the word no. And I'm going to say that that is 100% true, and I'm going to stand 10 toes down on the fact that it is okay to tell your kids no. If my daughter says, I want to wear nails to school, why can't I wear nails to school? The answer is not, well, what's the harm? They're just press-ons, you could just pop them off. The answer is no. You're too young. It's not age appropriate for you to be wearing fake nails to school. If you want to wear them around the house and on the weekends, you can do that because you're in the house, you're not going anywhere, no one's gonna see, you're having fun while you're home, you're playing pretend, you're playing salon, whatever it is, do it. When we leave the house, you are to be like age appropriate. The way you dress, age appropriate. The way you present yourself, age appropriate. And it's less about like how do I say this? Because this is really important. The issue is that we live in a digital world where predators have easier access to our children, and we should really teach them to dress appropriately and act appropriately for their ages. If you are wearing like a sports set in the house because you're cleaning your room or you're getting ready to go to bed, I have no problem with that. But you're not going to wear the same sports set out to go hang out with your friends because I, as a mother, know what kind of attention it could garner. And I think that's part of the problem with a lot of these like mommy channels and family channels is they're not really getting it in their heads the type of attention that they are getting for their children. Like I have seen a lot of comments under these things and it's disgusting. And quite frankly, if you are a person who had an account and you were trying to become an influencer, and then you notice that posts with your daughter or your son were getting more attention, so in your pea brain, you were like, that's it. I'm just gonna keep sticking my kid in front of the camera. It's gonna get me the big bucks. All those weird ass comments from old men, ignore it. You wanna know why? Because I'm gonna get sponsorships. I'm gonna get paid vacations from companies. You're fucking weird, okay? As a parent, if I was to post a public TikTok with my daughter and notice that it's getting a lot more likes than saves, that would send off red flags to me. You instantly, post is coming down. She's not going on my page again. Because I don't know what the those saves are for. I don't know who those saves are. Those could be grown ass, creepy ass men that just want to look at a little 8-year-old girl. I don't know. That's red flags, alarm bells. Wee 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 wee. No! You're weird if you think like that, and I really don't care what anybody says. And there probably is an appropriate way to include your kids on social media, and there's probably appropriate family channels. But when we look at the history of family channels and mommy run channels and mommy run accounts, it just very rarely ends up good. It's all exploitation of children, and when these children grow up, a lot of the times they're not happy. Children that age aren't meant to be influencers. Like, we as a society understand that there's something wrong with children being exploited in Hollywood. Like, child stars in Hollywood, we've talked about how fucked up that is, and we've talked about like how that can cause a lot of issues being like famous and being a star from a young age. But somehow we've made a disconnect. So, like, on one hand, we're like, child stars, it's bad. That can lead to very bad things for the children. But on this hand, we're like, child influencers, well, it's just a family channel. It's just a family having fun. It's okay. The kids are benefiting. They're getting a lot of money. Hello? If we as a society can agree that children stars in Hollywood are most of the time being exploited by their parents and will grow up with serious problems because of it, how can we not agree that children being exploited by their parents on TikTok and YouTube so that their parents can get rich, how can we not agree that that could also have serious repercussions for the children? We no? I don't I don't get it. Truly I don't get it. Okay? Children are not meant to be famous. They're not meant to be influencers. They're not meant to be widely recognized. You are opening the door for a world that they are not mentally ready for. You are opening a world up that they don't understand. They don't know what they're signing up for. In their eyes, maybe it's just mommy and daddy are telling me to make these videos, and a lot of people like these videos, and then all of a sudden we're getting free things sent to our house, or all of a sudden mommy has extra money to take me here or here or buy me this. And if I'm not happy, I just do it because we are getting money, and then mommy will buy me something to make up for the fact that I'm not happy. And that's fucked up. And then on the flip side of it, we have these families that we're making famous that their kids are straight up living in dangerous and not healthy situations. Situations like the resilient Jenkins. Like, I don't care what anybody says. That woman is wrong and she knows she's wrong. Okay? And we have seen time and time again that, yes, when you're in a bad situation, you still find a way to make it work for your kids. If I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment with my 2 kids, I would give my 2 kids the bedroom. I would sleep in the living room. Yeah, all those kids probably can't fit in 1 bedroom. But do you know what? They shouldn't be sleeping by the front door. They shouldn't be sleeping on the floor. And with all the attention that they've gotten on TikTok, and with all the shit that they have got sent to them for free, bought for them, money they've gotten sent to them, they could have moved into a bigger apartment. I don't give a fuck. And apparently, the word on the street is they are now getting evicted from that 1-bedroom apartment. I'm not sure why. But again, people are up in arms. They say it's our fault. We're attacking the family and we are the ones getting them evicted. No, 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 no. They are getting themselves evicted. Whatever actions they took to lead to that eviction, not sure what it is. Don't really know the specifics of the eviction, but whatever they did that led to the eviction is on them. That's not on us. That's not on the people that are criticizing them, rightfully so. A shitty family doing a shitty thing with two shitty parents. It's not just her, it's
Yeah.
him too, okay? Another clear example, Ruby Frankie. Okay? We give these people platforms and we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know what's going on when they're not showing us. We don't know the type of people that we are giving these huge platforms to. And in my humble opinion, I feel like her sisters are no better than her. That's just my opinion. From watching a bunch of shit about that case and watching a bunch of their reactions and watching a bunch of other YouTubers talk about the videos that her sisters put out and the statements that her sisters put out, in my humble opinion, they are just as bad as her. Just a bunch of bitches running family channels with no regard for their children. That's all it is. That's what it fucking comes down to. Then you've got that fucking lady that adopted that little boy from China and exploited him all over her channel. Exploited the whole situation. And then, when the adoption went south, it got quiet. It got real quiet. And I watched the documentary on it. Yeah, I watched the documentary on it. And it was interesting because there was ways that they could have done it without, number one, exploiting the whole process. They could have said they are considering adoption. They're gonna adopt um when he's all settled and they know that their family unit is secure. Then they could have slowly introduced him to the channel. But he was a highly special needs kid, and they exploited everything about that to getting all these views and all this other shit. And number one, the video that they made where they asked for donations, and they were like, every time we get this amount of donations, we'll put another puzzle piece on the puzzle, and then when we reach our goal, we'll have the whole puzzle put together, and then you guys will see a picture of him. What the fuck is that? What the fuck was that? Like, can we all agree that that was collectively that was fucking weird? It was weird, right? I think it was fucking weird. But what was interesting about that is, like, in the documentary, they talked to another family who had adopted, and then they had to there's a term for it, like a dissolution of the adoption, where basically the adoption doesn't work out, so they reach out to agencies and they work with agencies to get the child placed in a home that is better suited to take care of all of the child's needs. Okay? And I'm sure that happens a lot more than people realize. But the difference is, these people are not people with giant platforms that are putting every minute of every day of their children's lives on the internet so they don't have to face the backlash. And don't get me wrong, she deserved the backlash that she got. Because what she did from start to finish was f***ed up. Okay? Start to finish. And maybe, I could be totally wrong. I could be reaching here, but in my opinion, I feel like maybe the backlash would not have been so severe if they had been kind of open about the fact that they didn't think they were the right family to meet his needs. And maybe they talked about the process of the dissolution of an adoption, where they talk about, like, how it is beneficial for the children to be placed with a family that can more securely meet their needs, and so that they can live a happier and healthier life in a better environment. And even though it sucks for the child and the original adoptee family, in the long run, it is what will be best for the child. Perhaps if they had taken the time to explain the process the same way that they exploited the whole adoption process, maybe she could have saved face a little bit. But they hid it all. They made it all a dirty little secret. On top of the way that they were treating him and exploiting the rest of their children, they made it all a dirty little secret, and she got canceled for it. And that's probably like the only instance where the internet has successfully canceled someone who has not tried to come back. The fact that her husband, allegedly, because I haven't double checked, but I have heard that he still has his own YouTube channel that is up and doing semi well. That's odd. That is odd to me. Because you can make the argument that, like, she was the main person, she was the one running the account, it was her account that caused all the controversy. He was still involved. He was involved with the family channel, he was involved with the whole process. He was involved. If you wanted her off the internet, he should have gotten off the internet as well. That's just my opinion. I feel like we also, in these situations, hold the mother more accountable than the father, which in some situations, yeah, maybe the father is not 100% aware of everything that's going on if they're out of the home. But in the situation where the mother and father are running the family channels together and they are on the family channels together 24/7, the father is not ignorant. He cannot feign ignorance and act like he doesn't know what the mother is doing. He knows. He's a willing participant in these situations, and he should be held to the same standards as her. That's a whole other thing, though. That's just like a society thing where, like, for some reason, like, the mothers hold all of the blame and responsibility and the fathers get to kind of like skirt away from situations. That's a whole nother can of worms. We're not even gonna get into that. But like, it's insane. And I don't know. Have we lost the plot? Like, we are rewarding terrible mothers. We are rewarding mothers that are putting their children in disgusting, filthy living situations. We are rewarding mothers that are putting their children in dangerous living situations. And then there are mothers that are really trying. You see them, they're really trying to make the situation better, and they are sacrificing everything that they could possibly sacrifice for the benefit of their kids. And they somehow still get criticized. And it's insane to me. It's like we live in a void. Like, I don't fucking get it. I really don't. This shit blows my mind. It's weird. It's weird all around. Stop letting your kids watch these family channels with the little kids at the center because you're making them grow up faster because they are watching these mini influencers and thinking that they need to be just like that. Stop letting your kids be seen by everyone on the fucking internet. They don't need to. If your child is under the required age to be on a social media platform, do not use them to get views on the social media platform. Don't just stick run by mommy up there so that you can skirt around it and let your 10-year-old corrupt the minds of anybody else whose kids are on freaking TikTok. Because we know they're on there. Like, stop. Stop. Can we just stop giving these people platforms? They're not good people. Even if they started off as good people with good intentions that people like, they become corrupted when they get the influencer status and they stop giving a. They stop caring. They don't care anymore. They want your views, they want the money, they want the sponsorships. Once they have that, they don't care about their images anymore. They don't apologize for anything. As long as they continue to get talked about and get views and get money, they're going to keep doing it. Like, full stop, dude. Full stop. You will never see me including my kids on this channel, specifically YouTube, until they are probably like 14. And at that point, it would probably just be like having a conversation with them about something. Ask them how they feel about something. What do you think about this new game? What do you think about this new movie? What do you think about this book? That's probably it. And the second I saw weird shit going on, it's getting shut down. When we see this thing happening to children and the parents aren't doing anything about it, that should tell you all you need to know about the type of person that the parent is. They don't have any regard for their children's safety because now the only thing that they see their child as is a prop. A prop to status that they couldn't get on their own. They want to be influencers. They want to get money. They want to get sponsorships. They want to have to not do the 9 to 5 shit anymore. It's ridiculous. But this is like, this shit's been bugging me for weeks. And I finally decided, like, you know what? I'm just going to make a YouTube video about it because I'm going to talk about it. I want to talk about it. I want someone to talk about it with. And I know that there will be people on YouTube. I'm sure there will be people that find these videos that are like, you know what? I kind of agree with you. Or, you know what? I feel like you're wrong about this point. And if you think I am wrong about a point, let me know. In a constructive and non rude, mean, bullying, attacking type of way. Like, have a conversation with me. I'll reply to your comment. If you're like, hey, you know what? You make some good points, but on this, you're wrong. Let me know. And I will listen to what you have to say. Maybe I'll be like, you know what? You're right. Maybe I will be like, actually, I think you're misunderstanding. Let me explain this to you. And maybe we can have a whole conversation about it. Maybe we can open each other's eyes. Who knows? I just think that it's just the situation with mom influencers, mini influencers, as they're calling their children, mommy channels, family channels. It's all out of hand. It's getting ridiculous. And you know what? Maybe I will start picking like specific things to talk about. But right now, I don't have a great setup. I've got this little mic that I got on TikTok. Got this little weird stand that's not even very tall. It's on a folding table. And I'm using my phone. This is what I'm working with right now. This is what I'm rocking with. We're gonna rock with it. We're gonna rock with my little pink fuzzy mic. We're gonna rock with my janky stand. We're gonna rock with my lack of basic editing skills and know-how until I can get the hang of it. We're gonna rock together, okay? Maybe we're gonna grow. Maybe it's just gonna be me and you for the next 5 years. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. But if you guys watched this whole video, thank you. If you want to stick around, see what else I'm gonna put out, subscribe. I mean, I have old videos on my channel that you can kind of check out. I think in one of those videos, actually. Okay, one of those videos is my daughter talking to me about Poppy Playtime. Yeah, she's just sitting with me while I play Poppy Playtime. She's telling me what to do. I think that's an old video on here. Yeah, that was before I saw the epidemic of what these family vloggers were doing with their kids. And then I was like, oh my god, I am never putting them on here again. Never. You're never gonna see their faces again. And for the sake of transparency, because we all grow and learn, I'm just gonna leave the video up. I'm not even gonna delete it and try to act holier than thou. Because you know what? When I was first posting, I didn't see all the family shit. I didn't see all the controversies that they were getting into, so I was like, what's the harm in letting her chit chat with me while I play a video game? And then I saw it all unfolding in real time before my eyes as I got more and more into TikTok. I was like, oh my god, I cannot expose my kids to this. So, transparency. We all grow and learn. The old shit's gonna stay up there. I'm not gonna erase it. If I did, I'd be a hypocrite. Because yes, I did have them on my channel at one point in time. I admit that. I learned. I actually just remembered that. But like I said, they will never be on this channel, this specific channel again, until they reach an appropriate age where I can have constructive conversations with them about things. Like, that's how it should be. And they will never be the forefront and center of my content. Never. Because it's not what they're meant to be. They're meant to be kids. They're gonna grow up. They grow up, want to start their own channels. It's gonna be heavily monitored. I'm gonna make sure that everything is kosher. If anything weird is going on, or if I think anything weird is going on, it's gonna get shut down. And I feel like that's what all these parents should be doing. I'm just kind of ranting at this point. I don't even know what this channel is gonna be. Rants, commentary, podcasty. I don't know. But if you guys want to find out with me, then I guess stick around with me and we'll figure it out together. But I'm Danny. That was our long rant and conversation about family channels and why they should not exist. Um, if you watch this all the way to the end, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want. If you want to hang around and see what we do around here, I guess drop a subscribe. I'm not gonna have like a set schedule for a while because this is gonna be like my first YouTube video since coming back to YouTube and trying this again. But I think maybe like every other week. Maybe I could try to pump out a video every other week to start. Just talking about different things. Talking about things. Yeah, we can try to vibe with that. Do not hold me to it though. I'm busy. I'm in school. I work. I have 2 kids. Okay. If I do manage to get a video out every other week, I will be so pleasantly surprised. But thank you guys for sticking around. I'm just going to end the video here before I go on a rant for another 30 minutes about nonsense. So, thank you for watching. Bye.